Yo, what's good, Niner Empire? Yo, boy, back at it. Well, despite all that diversity with Brock Purdy throwing 2 interceptions and then the ongoing saga was Jake Moody and his missed field goals, the San Francisco 49ers nonetheless find a way to get it done. They beat the Seahawks in the season opener. When you go through adversity like that and you find a way to win, those are some of the sweetest victories that you can have. I know Brock Purdy has a lot to prove with his new deal and him getting $53 million a year. And those couple interceptions right there. I was saying to myself, what was he thinking? But nonetheless, he didn't let it rattle him. He kept his head in the game, and he was able to help get it done. Injury bugs getting us again. George Kittle went out with a hamstring, and I think Jawan Jennings went out with a calf injury. So I'm saying to myself, here we go again. But hey, Ricky Pearsall had a big game, had over 100 yards receiving, and tight end Jake Tongas had some key catches, especially that go-ahead touchdown, which I honestly thought that was going to be intercepted, but he just ripped that away from the Seahawks defender, and I don't know what the situation is with George Kittle and his hamstring or with Jennings and his calf. But I am encouraged of seeing Jake Tongas going out there and making them big catches. So I think the more he plays in this system, he'll get more comfortable out there. And I would love to have Kittle out there. I hope it's nothing serious, but hopefully the game that Tongas had today showed the Shanahan that, hey, he can fill in if needs to. And he's not George Kittle, but hey, not many tight ends in the league are. But hey, he was solid today, and today is his day. He made the key catches that we needed, and so that's great right there. Now, as far as the defensive side, going into this week, the one concern I had about going into this game was our defense, for the fact that we've lost so many key players like Dre Greenlaw, Talno Hufanga, Javon Hargrave, and the list goes on. And we're replacing them with a lot of rookies and a lot of new faces. So I'm wondering, is this going to take some time to gel? And it's just one game, but they held serve. Fred Warner was all over the field. Nick Bosa making plays. Marquez Siegel looked like he's going to be a good addition for the secondary. Dima Lenore doing his thing. I love seeing the growth of D Winters since he's coming to the league. He had a pretty good game out there, but overall, that defense, for all the struggles that the Niners were having throughout the game, they were able to keep the Niners as a whole in the game, and to keep us within striking distance. And when the time was right, we struck, we took the lead, and there it is, and we got that victory. Not only the first victory of the year, but we start off the division 1-0. That game could have went either way, and shout out to the Seahawks for playing a hard-fought game like I figured you would. One of the things that I had concern going into was going against that defense. Their defense looked pretty good out there. Offense looked like they might need some works, but it's a work in progress. But they look like they got some pieces that they can work with. But overall, like I said, this game could have went either way. The Seahawks could have easily won this. The Seahawks could have easily won this game if some things go their way. But that's football for you. At the end of the day, the 49ers, they weathered the storm. It wasn't pretty. It was very ugly. But at the end of the day, they got it done. And it's always good to kick off the season at 1-0 instead of 0-1. Even there's still a lot of football left to be played, but you always want to start your season off on a good note, and the 49ers are going to do that. So, other than that, that's pretty much all I got. Next up, traveling to New Orleans, play the New Orleans Saints, who just lost to the Arizona Cardinals. So I know they're going to be looking for their first victory. There's no givens in the NFL. I think this is a game that the 49ers should win, but we can't get too overconfident with ourselves, and then we just gotta clean up some of the stuff that we was messing up, against the Seahawks. But we got till next week to figure that out. So Niner Empire, we got the victory. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about the game? What are some of your thoughts? All right, Niner Empire, good talking to y'all, and I will give us our next time. Late.